dropped. "Oh, I don't know what to do, Miss Jenny," said the fat controller. "With Dominick's driver out of commission, I've sent a man to the hospital. My plans are just going south." "Don't fret now, Topham. Don't worry," said Miss Jenny. "I'll always be your right hand in this game." Here I present to you are Max and Miles. They have come to help while Dominick is indisposed, said Sir Topham Hatt. The engines ridiculed Max and Miles, the twin engines. Edward puffed away with the low loader in which he had brought the two tank engines on. "Please, sir, will they go when Dominick returns?" "Yes, Gabby," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I'm fixing that they will. They're only on trial, and if they make their trial, they shall stay." "But, sir, you've only just brought in Zenobia," puffed Anaya. "That is a lot." "I think having so many new engines in one is too much." No, said Topham. "It's all in my good working order." Duck was cross. "Why is Sir Topham Hatt still bringing in new engines? He's just forced us to build a new branch line and everything. It's not fair. We're being rushed off our wheels because of a bunch of new foreign engines," said Duck. "You're a foreign engine too," said James. "I'm from Paddington, just west of England," cried Duck. "Those engines are American engines. They do things the American way. The Great Western Way is the only right way to do things." "Can someone get him out of here?" said James. Miss Jenny spoke severely to the machines. "After that poorly leveled site the other day, you guys have made me look bad. You guys are to level the site for the new airport line," said Miss Jenny. "And I want it leveled correctly, Byron and Jack." "Yes," said Jack. "I'll try and work my best," said Byron, but Byron was tired, and he really didn't care. "I'll go look after them," said Butch. Terrence, Jack, and Byron were busy leveling the site as Butch and Elizabeth were off doing other things. "Don't make the mistake and poorly level the site again," teased Jack. "I won't," said Byron. Just then, Zenobia puffed past with the special airport train, full of baggage. She whooshed steam at Jack and Byron as they were digging up the site. "Wheesh!" she whistled. Jack was surprised. He raced forward and tipped over. "Ouch!" he cried. "Oh my goodness!" cried Terrence. "What's happened?" "Looks like you've made the mistake today," cried Byron. He was happy. Now he wouldn't be at fault. Terrence decided to help. So Terrence smoothed out the road. Now Jack felt great. "Now Miss Jenny will never know that it was my mistake," he called. Byron wasn't so sure, but went along anyway. Miles was shunting in the yard. He was very happy. "The fat controller will keep me," he thought. The freight cars had other ideas. Miles backed into them, but he backed too quickly. He pushed his freight cars into Rosie. "Sorry," cried Miles. "It was my fault." "What are you doing, you stupid engine?" cried the yard manager. Then another engine raced in. "Who's that?" cried the workman. "That's Martina," said Sir Topham Hatt. "She's my other new engine. I figured 3 in 1 would be really useful." "Why would you get 3 new engines?" supposed Stephen. Then Belle arrived. "Because he doesn't think I'm trustworthy enough," said Belle. "Well, I see that only one of your 3 new engines has been really useful," said the yard manager. "And I'm not talking about you, Belle. You're useless." "See," said Belle, "everyone hates me." Martina was very pleased with herself, and the Fat Controller praised her warmly. Max puffed over the highway line and derailed. "Oh, now the Fat Controller will never keep me." Edward was at Homestead Hollow Sheds. "Goodbye, everyone," he whistled. Dominick was pleased to be home. "Who are you?" he said. "I'm Martina. I'm here to take your place, as you were in the works." "That's enough," said Dominick, and he puffed away crossly. After Oliver's accident at the airport, Henry found it fun to take his train to the boarding gate. But Henry derailed. "Ah!" he cried. Poor Henry. Dominick followed Edward up to Brendam Docks. "Well, hello, Miati. Welcome to Brendam Docks," cried Salty. Salty likes newcomers a lot. Dominick came to speak to Cranky. "It's not fair," he complained. "Sir Topham Hatt brings in new engines when my driver and I go to hospitals and crew to be mended after accidents." "Never mind," said Cranky. "The Fat Controller always gives me horrid engines to work with every day, and I'm only fixed in one place." "I need a breath of fresh air," puffed Dominick. Cranky found a great idea. "I'll lift you into the air so you can see things from my point of view," thought Cranky, and he proposed his idea. So, once in motion, Cranky lifted Dominick high into the sky. "I don't like this," said Dominick. "I want to get down. Being on the rails is much better than being in the air." Then there was trouble. Cranky's hook slipped. And once again, Cranky was in trouble. "What have you done?" boomed the Fat Controller. "I'm tired of having to scold you, Cranky." "I'm sorry, sir, but you made me lift those 3 new engines off of the boat, and now my hook has slipped once again." "I'm sorry, sir." Cranky really could care less about the Fat Controller. Edward, feeling quite giddy, puffed away. "I'm sorry, but you'll have to go back to the works." Then Sidney rolled through, enjoying his new life on Sodor. Diesel found Martina in a siding. "What's the matter?" said Diesel deviously. "The Fat Controller gives me too much praise. It makes me feel uncomfortable," complained Martina. "Then I've got an idea," said Diesel. "You'll make the Fat Controller look bad by not doing your jobs, not pulling your trains, and just causing accidents. That's how I make the Fat Controller look silly." "It's not fair," complained Belle. "The Fat Controller doesn't appreciate a good fire engine." "Never mind," said Jack. "Miss Jenny doesn't appreciate really good help." "Didn't you two destroy the airport line?" said Belle to Byron and Jack. "Yes, we did," said Jack. "But don't worry," promised Jack. "We'll keep you safe, Belle. You'll always have a good friend in me," said Jack. "And me. Together we'll make Miss Jenny and the Fat Controller look bad," said Byron. That night, Topham and Miss Jenny were having a night in the jacuzzi at Miss Jenny's house. "Don't worry," said Loam. "I know those machines made you look bad once again, but tomorrow we'll go out for a dinner in a special dining coach," said Loam. "I've arranged it with the Duke and Duchess. Spencer will take us to Brendam, and we'll have a grand lunch." "Thank you," said Miss Jenny. "You really are better than your brother, Loam. It's a shame Topham's not smart enough to run his own railway properly."